And we are live.
Thank you there, Mr. MC.
Wow.
I feel like we're so official. Well, hey, welcome everybody to our third episode. What is this, 2? No, it's 3.
This is 3.
The third episode of Maniacs Reacts
Yeah.
with Jim, Ryan, and myself, John. And we are going to have some fun today. We got some really cool cars prepared for you guys, and we have a little extra bonus car at the end that Ryan is gonna treat us with. So that's gonna be fun.
He's going to deliver.
It's a good conversation starter for sure.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really glad to be here tonight after a long day and probably a pretty long week of work.
Absolutely.
In my thing, so I know you guys are
Yes.
probably in the same boat.
Yeah.
So kind of
Very
nice
much so.
to unwind a little bit and just have some fun and connect with our viewers
Yeah.
and
Talk cars.
talk cars and
Yeah.
enjoy. So
Different
really
kind
cool.
of shop. Different kind of shop talk than we get at work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do we even work in the shop anymore?
Not as much as we probably should.
We are working this Saturday, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
going to be good. We're gonna make some good ground there.
Yes,
Speaking
we
of
are.
working
On
on
62.
Saturday, Jim, how's your shoulder doing, man, with being able to work on the car?
Well,
What did you do with your shoulder? Why don't you just share with everybody? I think that somebody could learn from this mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody could. I mean, so I'm out of the dunes, and
Any old day.
any old day, we're getting after it,
In what?
whipping around in my Turbo S Razor, and unbeknownst to me, I left it in 4-wheel drive. It went into a corner pretty hot, and I was going to kick the rear end around, but she just grabbed. Oh, she grabbed, and it's
She
about
grabbed hard.
35 miles an hour. Next thing I know, I'm upside down. But what John's saying, the lesson to be learned here is my left arm went out the window and hit the ground really hard. The machine rolled on top of my hand.
Yeah.
But I just had shoulder surgery as a result. This dunes trip was my only dune trip, and by far the most expensive dune trip
So far.
so far.
Probably ever.
Yeah, probably.
Let's hope ever.
Yeah, let's
That's
hope
true.
ever, because but so I'm getting mobility back, and the Razor's for sale.
Not because of that. Not because of that. Let's just be
No,
forthright
yeah,
on that. It's
yeah.
not for sale because of that. But
Yeah.
we're glad that your shoulder's doing good, though.
Yeah.
Because that definitely, we've all done really some stupid things.
Exactly.
We put, my son put, my Razor on its side one time. Fortunately, it was a slow speed, incident,
But-
which then turned into a modify the Razor more because
Yeah,
it needed work.
Yeah, but keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all
Absolutely.
times. So,
Which we had actually just said like half an hour before.
and I tell everybody that.
He did. I think you were the one that said it.
I tell everybody it
Yeah.
happened.
I do too. I actually do. That's one of the things. Anytime I take a new person for a ride, and I usually turn around, I'm like, all right, no matter what's happening, hands always inside. Grab your harnesses, grab the grab bar in front of you. Just make sure your hands stay inside the vehicle.
Yeah. Well, let's get rolling then.
Yeah, let's check out some cars.
Yeah, let's see. So this one, I picked this car, you guys. This is a cool car. This is actually one of my personal favorites. I have a few personal favorites, and this is one of them.
A favorite, huh?
It's a favorite, man.
Wow.
So this guy,
He's
he's out of
biased.
I want to say he's out of Central California area, something like that. My kind of guy, our kind of guy, right? The kind of guy that kind of just goes after it and builds something on his own, kind of on a budget, kind of figures it out, makes parts he needs, and makes parts fit that are not supposed to be for that.
So
And
what is it?
Well, man,
Yeah,
so
man.
it's a Euro
Okay.
car. It's a rare car. It's a Renault.
Okay.
It's a French car, but it's a really cool one.
Known for being extremely unreliable.
Extremely unraveled. Which this one is not suffering from that problem.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
let's go ahead and just
Okay.
share it with everybody.
Can we see it already?
So this is a Renault Dauphine. And it started life as a 4-door.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Take it in. So this is a 4-door little econo box car. It was left-hand drive, kind of normal, because in Europe, in Europe, they're other than England, they're still left-hand drive cars, and had a rear engine, some small 4-cylinder engine in it. I'm not sure if it was air cooled. I think it might have been air cooled actually, originally. So he took this thing and just look at it, I mean, just look at it. This is what he did.
This is what he did.
So at the heart of it, I got to mention it for you guys. It has now a mid-engine. It's got a Volkswagen VR6.
Ooh.
Water-cooled. Normally aspirated. It's a non-turbo car. But man, he built the subframe for it in the rear. It comes out so you can remove it so you can work on the engine, transaxle. It's all in one. It's actually a transmission because it's a transverse mounted six-cylinder.
So do you take kind of the front wheel drive and just put it in the rear?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he did, man.
Yeah.
So it's balanced really cool, right?
La Brute.
La Brute. So I've been following this guy on Instagram. He's been posting some really cool reels with this thing. He's been on some YouTube videos. I think he was at not Donut. It's come on, help me out.
Quarantine Cruise. Not Donut Derelict.
No, it's the Burnyard.
Burnyard?
Oh, the Hoonigan Burnyard?
Hoonigan Burnyard.
He was
yeah,
there, man.
He's had it at the Burnyard, man.
He's burned it down?
He ran it.
Really?
He ran it there.
Man.
Some transverse suspension on there.
Well,
man.
that's actually, so it's called cantilever suspension.
Cantilever,
right?
yeah.
Really cool, man. Piggyback, shocks. There are reservoirs on the shock, and man, it's just a well executed. I love.
It's so wide. I like it.
Super wide, man. I think that the width was kind of determined. There it is. There's the subframe that I was talking about. So that's with the engine not in it. So the engine would actually be in that.
Just rolls it out from under the car.
That's brilliant.
Really, isn't that cool?
I mean, the time and effort that took. Yes.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Check it out, man. So it's kind of a tube
hideaway.
subframe.
It's got a hideaway front subframe. Full cage inside, which is awesome. We like the cage.
Some proper inky wheels, I think. I think he's running some Willwood big brakes on it.
Yes.
And I think what I was saying was the width kind of was determined by it's a Volkswagen GTI. I think it was we decided it was
Mark
like
IV?
what's a Mark IV, you guys? Is that like a 2000, early 2000, I want to say?
Yeah, I think so.
VW GTI. So that's what the heart of it is in this thing. I mean, a lot of it is custom made, like the suspension and stuff, but the motor, transmission.
Yeah, what I liked about the viewers can't hear right now is he's talking about his build, and he said he wanted to have a cool car but didn't really have the money to do so. But in the end, I mean, who doesn't want that? I mean,
right?
He nailed it.
Yeah, and he also, on top of talking about not being able to afford to buy some sort of really cool car, he did it in true Maniac style of, hey, let's just figure out how to do it ourselves. And that's what he did. He made a lot of his own parts and learned some tricks of the trade and taught himself how to make parts and how to make this work.
Yeah, and he used the fender flares. They're just universal flares, and made them work on that car. I think that's cool, and I do have a little bit of time that I spent on trying to source fender flares for the 49 for our project.
You spent a lot of time on fender flares.
Yeah, I bought some different ones off of eBay. I even have some that are sort of similar to this.
You do.
Couldn't make it work, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but he pulled it off. I think it's really good. The way that it came out. I love the yellow headlight. That's a very Euro thing, right? So that's kind of a fog. And then check it out, man. He's got the cool drift brake set up in it as well. And then the roof rack. That's just so perfect for that car. That's just the look right there. Yeah. So it's not too much.
So he's got the Euro Japanese thing going. If you saw.
So right-hand drive, right? So why is it right-hand drive? We didn't even mention that. Yeah. So it wasn't a right-hand drive by factory. So apparently he spent some time in Japan, and he really fell in love with the Japanese car culture there. And so he wanted to there he is right there. He was in the military. Maybe. Yeah. Yep. And so he really connected with that. So when it's time to build this thing, he wanted to kind of tie the roots of, working on the VWs, the water-cooled VWs, and then the Japanese kind of styling. So then that's why he literally converted it to a right-hand drive. I mean, I don't even know how hard that has got to be.
I have no idea.
I mean,
I've heard of some people doing it on some cars. I've never really actually seen one. So what's been done to it? Because the rack and pinion, the steering rack's got to be like flipped the other way. Like you almost have to source one from a car. Maybe he did from a Japanese car.
If it's rack and pinion. If you go with a steering gear,
upside down,
it's easier to do.
You flip it upside down.
Yeah.
No, you don't flip it upside down.
No, but it does have a different gear in it. It flips the worm gear in it.
VR6, if you guys know VWs, that's actually a really nice power plant too. So pretty buildable. So yeah, man, I just I don't know. My favorite part.
I fell out of my chair.
You're gonna fall out of your this car's so cool. You're gonna fall out of your chair.
There's those Willwoods you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I needed a fuel tank in the front and some other things, probably radiators.
I like the gusset on that cross member he's got. It's kind of a fancy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cutout on it. He's got some neat little bits in there.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's running the 888 Toyos on it. So, all right, guys. Well, I don't know. What do you think? What's your favorite part about this car, Jim?
I think that right there.
Yeah, you like that little concept of being able to pull the whole rear end out or a clip out and work on it?
Yeah, that's
pretty brilliant.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
it's very impressive. I really do the cantilever front suspension too. That's really cool. It's a really cool setup.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
That interior is sharp too. I do like the interior, but yeah,
kind of racy.
Yeah,
kind of racy.
But yeah, I think my favorite thing too is besides just the whole looks of the car, just the looks are all spot on. Favorite individual feature would be that removable subframe.
You can't pick the same thing that Jim picked, dude. You have to be original. No,
all right, then I picked the interior.
Okay.
He's got look at the plaid on top.
Yeah. So that's a VW thing, right?
Exactly.
So that's kind of where that comes from. So that's really cool. He carried that into it.
Yeah.
I really like the wide body, kind of the wheel sticking out. It's kind of stock car-y looking with the flares, but the flares are very Japanese looking, like JDM, drift car.
He's got the front flare too.
He's got the front splitter there. Yeah, it looks really good on there. I think the wheels are proper. I think his beard's super
He's
cool.
got a nice beard.
Beard.
He does have a gorgeous beard.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
I'm just jealous. I can't do it.
Yeah, me three. So yeah, man. So I guess it's fair to say we're loving the car.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna have to do the little rating. So the rating was, a cranker is just a barely going.
Yep.
A cruiser is it's pretty good, and then hitting the limiter on the limiter. So Jim, what do you say?
Oh, he's on the limiter for sure.
He's on the limiter for you?
He's bouncing off that sucker.
Yeah. He's absolutely the limiter for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this one's a limiter. It's a good job, man. Building this thing is such a cool car. I love the color. I love the patina.
Yeah.
You know us. We're patina lovers.
So like very pizza cool. You know what else I noticed inside that car? He had Status Racing harnesses in there.
No way.
Yeah, so you know what?
What is that?
I think Status should be our sponsor for today's episode.
What a coincidence.
You have a Status shirt on.
Man, I'm wearing a Status shirt on.
And a hat.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? I don't want to fall out of this chair again, so I think I'm going to put myself some harnesses in here.
Oh, yeah, that's safe. So, there. Dude, you should have had these on when you were in the dunes in the Razor. It would have helped you a lot because I got to tell you, I drove your car last week. You needed these. Low stock seatbelts, they're not holding you in right. Status Racing is the way to go.
Yeah,
I got and then the only thing that better after that would be to have some status steering wheels. Steering wheels. How about a status steering wheel? So status, seats, harnesses, steering wheels, cool shirts, cool hats. But really, the cool thing about Status, you guys, we're running the Status seat in our 49 Ford, and you can go online to their website, and you can literally build your seat right there on the website. You can pick your color, the pattern of the material. There's different materials. You can go camo. You can do all kinds of really crazy things. And then you can also choose the look at it right there. The stitching, you can go diamond stitch, you can go presidential stitch. There's some different ones that they're offering.
You can even have your own logo sewn into the seat.
You You can have your own logo sign in the seat.
Yeah.
So we have the red suede seats in the 49 because that's how we roll with that car. Love those seats. They're super cool. Jim still can't fit in them, but he's working on it. They do offer bigger seats as well, but for guys with bigger hearts. So Status Racing, check them out.
Yeah, another cool thing with Status, they really helped us out at SEMA.
Yeah, they really did step up even more so.
Yeah, we were at the Optima Ultimate Streetcar Challenge last year, and upon going through check-in, we found out that our seat belts were expired.
By this much. But enough that we weren't going to be able to run.
No.
And I reached out to those guys, man, and they were there, and they just happened to have a set of black matching. So these are actually the expired ones.
Yeah.
Right here.
So it's not going to hold me in my chair?
So Justin, thanks, man. No, not according to SCCA rules, but yeah, they're still good for a long time. Yeah. So yeah, so Status, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have really good experience with these guys. So go check them out at statusracing.com.
Yeah. So I think it's time to roll into our second car of the night.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Why don't you tell us what this thing is, Jim?
This is a 58 Plymouth.
It's a Plymouth?
A Plymouth? What are you talking about?
I'm curious, man.
Show us the Plymouth.
It's a Plymouth.
Yes.
Oh,
there she is.
man.
All her glory.
So this is not just
Let the haters hate.
not just any old Plymouth.
No,
No,
I
it is
forgot to
not.
hit play. Sorry, guys.
It is
There we go.
dually.
The dually.
It's a lifted dually.
Oh.
Wait, and it does business. It's not just for looks, you guys. I mean, those wheels are pretty shiny and nice, but it looks like he puts it to work.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so it's
Towing that wagon with it.
I like the wagon.
Bro, tell us more about it. I'm liking the patina though, and I'm liking the
rolling
dually.
coal, right?
Diesel.
12 valve Cummins.
Ooh, 12 valve even, huh?
12 valve Cummins.
Look at that, towing that bad boy.
2500 HD Dodge dually chassis.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Ooh, look
That's
at
cool.
that
They
thing
kept it in
getting
the
on.
family. Dodge and Plymouth. That's good.
Yes. Yeah, because we are purists.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
He's in Vegas.
Yeah.
He does like to tow stuff. I'm getting a towing vibe from him.
And that's a workhorse right there, man. That's his work truck.
Well, we're saying 400 to 500 horsepower this thing puts out, right? And that every tranny he's had it just slips.
Oh, wow.
So he's probably got like 800-900 foot-pounds of torque or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm really liking the exhaust coming through the hood.
Yeah, it's
got a thing for that.
You got a thing.
Got a thing for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you telling a little bit about it or looking it up a little bit there. So he actually body dropped it over that dually frame so that the big old frame's not hanging out the bottom. So a body drop is when you take the floor of the car, you literally cut out the perimeter, you slip it up inside the car, and you build, you fill it back in with metal. And then that way it drops over the frame. Mm-hmm. And so it makes your seating area, headroom a little less, but I'm sure that car's not suffering from that anyway. So that's a really cool way though because look, even then the frame's still showing.
Frame still sticks
so can
out.
you imagine how much it would have been just all that frame on
there? It would have seemed like he was like sitting on top of it. And
it looked pretty good.
That's a nice touch, I think, from him that he did that.
For sure.
To get it to
look at all that mud. Love it. He uses it.
So once again, patina.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice patina.
We love patina.
My favorite color.
Where is he, dude? On some frozen lake?
That'd be the Salt Flats.
Oh, that was not frozen?
That looked like a lake.
It looked like a frozen lake, man.
Hey, where were you?
Look at that angle. Look at that angle, man. That angle of attack there. He just crawls that thing.
Looked like Moab.
Man, what a cool looking project. Love the fins on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the roof rack, that's cool. Another car roof rack. We didn't even plan it that way. Just got the roof racks going.
So that looks like Utah-ish.
See, got snow. This is snow, so he's definitely in snow.
Let's
see it come back around again.
I like this shot right here. He just gets it. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
definitely
awesome.
rolls coal pretty good.
No,
He's got the fuel wheels too, huh?
Is that what they are? Is fuels?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're fuels.
Yeah, they look at that thing that he's towing, dude. That's another pretty crazy thing. It's like
Yeah.
a stretched wagon that's like a tandem or a triple axle. Crazy looking thing. I think he's working on that.
It's got some rock
At some
lights under
point.
there.
Yeah.
I like that mini bike on the roof.
Huh. Well, I don't know much about 58 Plymouths,
That doesn't.
but
look
I
like
gotta
it.
tell you, I'm liking this one
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah, I do too. That's a cool build.
Yeah.
And to me, again, true Maniac style. He uses the car. It's not just sitting there collecting snow and rust. He's out driving it, getting it muddy and towing stuff.
Not a garage queen.
We're not as much using the 49 lately, but we'd like to more. But we're using the other stuff that we have.
Did you feel personally violated from his statement?
It hurt a bit.
Did it?
It hurt a bit. Yeah. The 49 runs really good right now. It's all there. Just need to get it coated. I want to put that coating on. Poppy's patina coating on, and a couple of small things. Got some ideas from a little refining the fenders a little more.
Oh my god! Oh, here we go. All right, we're gonna get sidetracked.
All right.
3 point.
Anyways, let's get let's figure out what are we voting on this car. I'm on the limiter, man. Just love it. Super cool.
Man, I mean, just look at the thing when he gets on it. He's on the limiter. So I'm on the limiter. I like it. This is definitely a 6,000-7,000 horsepower. 6,000-7,000 RPM. That's where I'm at.
You think so?
I think so.
It's a diesel. They don't go that high.
Oh,
if you're hitting
dude.
6 and 7, it's not going to be good.
No.
Where does it go to? Educate me on some diesels.
Maybe
Boys.
4.
Yeah,
4 is pretty.
Red limit on 4,000.
That's
All right.
not ours.
All right.
So anyway, about it.
Yeah.
We're still on the limiter. How
We're
about
on the
you,
limiter,
Jim?
man.
I'm going cruiser on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be different.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
2 on the limiter and 1 cruiser. That's still on the limiter, man.
That's right. Still got outvoted, Jim.
Got outvoted.
All right, boys.
That's all good,
Man, it seems like this episode's kind of rolling through. Pretty
it is going
quick
pretty good.
here. Are we really ready for bonus car already?
We're 20 minutes in. Yeah, it just feels quick.
Man, it must be because Jim's here. It just feels better. We missed you last week, man.
Sorry.
You left to get some feminine hygiene products a week before, and then you didn't come back. We're a little worried about you.
Oh yeah, I did.
You did.
That's true.
It's not for him. Full disclosure,
Yeah,
we're not for him.
Obviously, it needs to be said.
All right.
Okay,
Let's
well,
look at our bonus
on
car
that-
today.
On that
So,
note,
our bonus car is an early 2000s. It would be classified as a mini, not a Mini Cooper,
mini.
but it is kind of a mini.
I'm confused. I'm looking at it. I'm confused.
How about a minivan?
That's not a minivan. Oh my
Maniac
gosh,
Aztec.
you guys.
4-wheel drive looking. Who knows if it actually is or not?
I don't think
So
so.
I gotta tell you, man. So that I saw that car in person at SEMA, probably 2002 when I had the Projet there.
20 years ago.
2002, it
That's
was
when
there,
That's when it came out.
and it actually is one of the best looking Aztecs. Probably
Oh, that
the-
is right
It's
there.
the only good looking Aztec
Ever.
ever, right? I mean, that guy did a
Wow.
massive lift on it. It doesn't look massive, but that's a massive lift on that
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And there's some pretty good sized
It's
wheels
got like
on
a
that.
body kit too there. That's not stock.
Full disclosure, guys.
Whoa.
Pontiac Aztec, not my cup of tea. And it's
But
I know I share that with a lot of other people. I know that I'm feeling like you guys like it though. Like you guys wanted one. Did you not?
So I did. So full disclosure, here we go. I did want one. Okay, early 2000s.
I'm kind of embarrassed for you, Jim.
So, you know, I'm doing a lot of camping with the family. It was just my son at the time. You know, he was like 2 years old. We did a lot of hiking.
He didn't know any better. So.
He didn't know any better, you know. But we're doing a lot of hiking, camping, and you know, this commercial. Of course, that's what marketing does. It made it look cool, and it had a tent that came with the car that busted off the back end and set up. I mean, not on its own, but you know.
So the sales were so low that they had to throw a tent in for people to buy it.
Yeah.
So it was ahead of its time, though. I mean, this was
was
overlanding in the early 2000s.
True, that's true. And you know, was it ahead of its time, man? That grill, that push bar is a little in the way right now. You can't actually get to enjoy the body lines of that front end.
I don't think anybody ever enjoyed the body lines of the front
it
end
actually
of this car.
does it. It actually does it justice, you know, having it covered up like that because it looks better this way.
Yes.
But you know, those headlights are like upside down, kind of
Right.
compared to the the hood line, and then the wheels were super tiny with this tall body, and then this kind of a weird angled back. You know.
So is this where Hyundai and took all their styling cues from? Hyundai and Kia?
Possibly.
With all their
Possibly.
SUVs and crossovers? And this was kind of a crossover of the day, too. I mean,
early.
It sat up a little bit higher.
I think we can definitely agree that this was ahead of its time.
Yeah. It was still ugly. There's no doubt about it being ugly.
Yeah.
But it was.
And that's okay, Jim. I mean, you know, we forgive you.
Yeah.
That you like this. You know, the tent was kind of cool though because it literally like clipped in, and you opened the hatch, and it was like an extension of the car. So you got to sleep inside the car, and then the tent was like this extension, had like this living room.
Yeah.
This Florida room.
It was
Actually, it was a Chicago room.
I lived in Arizona. I lived out here when that was
Like an
when I was drooling over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you were drooling over it?
I definitely never drooled over it. I was on the fence for a short time, and then it's like, they're ugly. But I did have a really good friend that owned one. No lie, he said it was the ugliest thing I've ever owned, but I loved it.
Really?
He enjoyed it as
did.
driving it. And
I mean,
the vehicle.
This and every one of its cousin and whatever they were, because there was an Oldsmobile Silhouette. There was
Buick Rendezvous.
The names are just can't do
Chevy
it. What do you
Lumina,
drive?
like-
A Rendezvous. Sorry guys, if you guys have one. I don't know. You got to laugh with us.
But this
at it,
one,
'cause,
this one,
I would have cruised this one around a little bit. You know,
this one got some looks. I'm sure it gets looks.
Yeah.
It gets looks.
Man,
and like you pointed out, that big push bar really does hide the really ugly front end, and that was the ugliest part of the vehicle.
So I'm laughing here to myself because
I wish we could get a walk around of this one. I mean,
I know, but I'm laughing because I'm starting to think here. I actually have a car to share with you guys that I actually owned.
Okay,
that could probably rival this.
Rival.
Well. So
it
was lifted, and it was never really meant to be lifted. So it was same time frame as a 2002, 2003. It was a Ford Escape. It was the first generation Ford Escape when they came out. They're kind of square and boxy. And they were small little cars. They were all-wheel drive, so it was a front-wheel drive, and then it would kick in the rear, right? So it's not a four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And I also built that. So this guy built this for SEMA. I never met the guy, but like I said, I saw it over there, and it was around the same time that I had the Escape there, probably, and the 2000.
Apparently, it was the in thing to do. Is take
apparently it was the thing in early 2000s. So I'm gonna have that one pop on the screen right now over here. So it was a yellow Escape. It was a base model when I got it off the truck when it got delivered. I got it from Ford. It was actually a joint project with Ford Motor Company that I built. And I not dechromed it, but I monochromatic, paint job. I did it all yellow. It was a yellow truck to begin with, or a car or whatever. And we did a full interior in it. Not a truck. We did a full interior in it, all black suede. Had 4 buckets in it. Had 5.1 surround sound in it. It was a really nice system with Clarion. I worked with Clarion at the time, partnered with them. And I lifted it, and I actually had to build. I kind of know what this guy went through because you can't lift them. The Eibach made a 1-inch lift spring for the Escape. So I put the 1-inch lift springs in, which was nothing.
what did that do?
And then I actually unbolted the whole front clip,
Okay.
you know, and jacked the body up. Motor and everything stayed down, and I built billet spacers, and there were about 3 or 4 inch spacers with custom bolts.
Spacers. Okay.
Not even body though. There's
It's a subframe drop.
A subframe drop.
Yeah, I had
okay.
to re-angle the steering column so that it worked, because it's like doing a body lift. Remember the body lift? I'm sure you guys did body lifts. So it's kind of like that, right, with just a subframe in the front. And so it was not quite this high. It was definitely not this high, but it had a good stance to it. And I did a full exo cage on it. So it was an outside, like kind of safari looking. Mm-hmm. It went through a couple of renditions throughout the next couple of years. I took it to SEMA twice. And it was actually a really good daily driver. So I'm sure
so
this
you
thing.
daily
I'm sure this
drove this. You're dogging this.
I'm dogging this.
Daily?
I dailied that, you know, and it was yellow, which is not even my color, but you know, I didn't want to do a color change on it. So, all right, well,
I think we need to vote on this.
Confession.
Guy.
We have to have a confession part of the show where we go. I gotta confess. I actually had something like this.
Well. To me, this is a cranker. I don't think I could even cruise this thing.
It's a cranker, huh? Yeah. To you, it's like a sub cranker. It's not even it's a DOA.
Dead on arrival.
It doesn't even start.
This is a cruiser for me.
It's a cruiser for you.
I'm cruising it.
All right.
I think, you know what? If I would have rolled that at the dunes, I wouldn't have had to have surgery.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have got to where we were on the dunes, though.
No.
I did take the escape out in the dunes right after SEMA. We went through there for a photo shoot, and it actually moved around fine with the all-wheel drive.
You gonna vote on this thing?
I'm gonna vote on it, and after hating on it and really, coming off strong, I'm gonna probably give it a cruiser.
He's giving it a cruiser, all right.
Because this one, not the Aztec in general.
Yeah, agreed. So this one gets
this
a cruiser
one,
status.
I think it's a cruiser status.
Just a nice
cruiser.
Yeah,
and it's a cruiser.
Yeah,
so it's all good.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Well.
Episode 3 nearly complete, guys. This was fun. I do enjoy this.
This was really fun. It really is fun to get together like this, boys.
Yeah, not being in the 110-degree garage. I mean, it is what it is, but
yeah.
Do you have any words of wisdom for us, Ryan?
Oh, words of wisdom. Well, get out of your studio and go wrench in your shop. That's my words of wisdom.
Yeah,
spend some time being active and not just sitting in front of your computer or TV or phone watching YouTube.
Watching fools like us.
But you can listen to some of this too. You don't have to watch us. It's kind of a podcast-ish. Other than being able, you got to see the car a little bit, but to know what we're talking about. But
yeah, send us a picture of your Pontiac Aztec.
If you're man enough to. If you're man enough to admit it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh man, this was good, and I think on that
triple 003 episode
003. You got high hopes.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap this one up. Hey, God bless everybody out there, and make sure that you guys are subscribed. Actually, I just noticed we're looking at some stats before I go here. Try to run long sometimes when we're ready to go. We're just going to stay on anyway. I was looking at some stats, and ironically, something like 90-something% of our viewers are not subscribed.
Really?
So we have 14,000 subscribers right now, which is awesome. We're super stoked about that. It's so hard to build a YouTube channel nowadays. It's really, really hard. And so we're really appreciative of you guys that are subscribed. But apparently we have a lot more viewers than that, and they're not subscribed. So please subscribe. That way YouTube, and then make sure that you guys hit that notification bell so that you're notified when videos are dropping. We're trying to put videos out Wednesday nights for these Maniacs React videos, the studio kind of format. And then we're doing, I think we're going to kind of keep the Friday ones probably going for the build ones and or other ones that we're doing, show coverage, story time with, interviews with other people, things like that. So that's kind of what we're doing. And
And don't forget to check out the Instagram page at Maniacs Garage.
And Facebook.
And Facebook.
We got a pretty good sized Facebook page, so that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Jim's actually running Facebook, so if you guys could chat with him on Facebook, that's pretty much where he's at.
And Ryan.
And Ryan.
Oh, yeah, Ryan's there.
Yeah.
So
if you get a comment, you just never know who it's going to be from, but it's from either me or Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
On Facebook. Right on. Well, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
See you guys in another one.
See you in episode 4.